Hello everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're going to be taking a look at this knife that doesn't want to stay standing. This is the Kershaw Fraxion. It's a pretty cool little knife. I'm excited to get into this review, so let's go ahead and jump in. Oh boy, size comparison is going to be difficult with this little piece of... whatever. Okay, let's start off with our usuals. Here's the Rat 1 and the 2. So what we can see here is, yeah, it's about Rat 2 size. And that's not a bad size to be. Oh, he's not going to sit up for us, is he? A piece of... Moving on. Here it is against the Civivi Elementum and the Civivi Praxis. As you can see, the only thing it has in common with the Praxis is the blue. Yeah, it's not a big knife. Bring out some more blue boys. Benchmade Bug Out. Spyderco PM2. Compared against some knives that you might find it sitting next to in a Walmart glass display case. There's your Gerber paraframes. And let's just compare against some similarly sized EDC knives. The Syncut Scepter and the QSP Penguin, which I need to review this guy. So yeah, it's actually pretty much identical in size to both of those. Cool. All right, so what are we looking at here? We are looking at a really neat little Kershaw knife. It's not assisted. It's actually on KVT ball bearings. So we have G10 scales with a fake carbon fiber sticker, a blade of 8CR13 Genanzo design. Let's get some actual length specs here. The blade is shaped, I'm going to call this a little bit of a clip point. I think it's a clip point. We're coming in at exactly 3 inches with a handle of like 4 inches. So yeah, we'll call it a 7-inch knife. Exactly. Cool. Reversible pocket clip. It's a liner lock. It only has an inset liner on one side. The other side is just the G10. So let's go cut some stuff with this guy, shall we? All right, let's witness the mighty power of the Kershaw Fraxion. Actually, it's dark in here. I'll be right back. Much better. Kershaw Fraxion. So what you can see is this blade actually has a little bit of a recurve, which can help with cutting performance. First off, let's just cut this piece of cardboard into a couple strips. So while this is not the thinnest thing behind the edge, it has a very thin blade. So it does perform decently well. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just a pretty good little knife. If you need to cut something, it's a sharp edge. The ergos are actually surprisingly comfortable. It's not a big knife. You don't have a whole lot to grab onto, but it's fairly neutral. The jimping up here on top of the blade it's good, it's comfortable, it's actually useful, it provides traction. So yeah. not too much to complain about there. Not a whole lot to praise, but not too much to complain about. It's good. It's really good. It's pretty useful. All right, how about that action? Yeah, that action's something else, isn't it? Yeah, I could do that all day. That's not bad at all. How's it carry? Well, you can see it has a tip-up reversible clip. It's not a shallow carry at all. For such a small knife, it sticks up quite a bit. I mean, that much. So, it's very lightweight, though. This thing is super light. So it carries very well. Very narrow, super light. It just carries a little bit more shallow than you might think. So if that's a turnoff for you, I understand, but for me it's not bad. In fact, this knife might even... Yeah, it fits pretty good in the fifth pocket. And that's pretty good. There it does stick up more than I prefer a fifth pocket carry knife to stick up. But it's okay on carry. It's pretty good, I'd say. Actually, yeah, it's pretty good. So let's head back to the table and let's talk about what I like and don't like about this little guy. All right, let's get down to business. Kershaw Fraxion. What am I liking? What am I not liking? So the first thing I'm liking right off the bat is it's a cool little knife. I like the way this looks, and it's blue. I'm a sucker for blue, guys, so, I mean, come on. Next thing I like, the ergos are actually surprisingly good for this knife. Granted, my hands aren't huge, but, yeah, you lock in pretty good. You can actually choke up on this choil. The jimping is very, very usable, and it comes a pretty good distance out, so, yeah, that's nice. Next thing I like, the blade. Yeah, this is a fine blade. It's a little clip point. You have a swedge here on top. Hollow grind. It comes down to not a like laser beam of an edge, but it's a serviceable edge. It's pretty thin, and the blade stock is not that thick either. Let's bring the penguin out again. Yeah, it's thinner than the penguin. So it cuts pretty well. It's a good performer. Next thing I like, it's lightweight. If you're looking for a lightweight knife, yeah, this weighs basically nothing. This weighs, yeah, pretty much nothing. And the reason is because, grab my flashlight, the handy dandy flashlight. Yeah, on this side, there's no steel on the show side, only on the lock side. And on the lock side, it's really just kind of an insert that even has holes milled out in it. So, yeah, lightweight knife. I don't really care that much about weight when it comes to my pocket knives. But if you're someone that really, really, really cares about a lightweight knife, yeah, this will be good for you. Next, it's pretty legal. Like, the blade is like dead on 3 inches. So if you have 3-inch laws, this will be a good knife for you. Lockup is solid. No blade play. Up, down, left, or right. So that's all good. The clip works fine. It's not deep carry. That might be a deal breaker for you, but it works fine. Moving on, the price. I've seen these knives at Walmart for between 20 and 25 bucks. I actually got this particular knife on a sale. It was a special deal. I got it for 11 bucks. I'll tell you what, that was 11 bucks of money well worth it. As far as $11 go, this is about the best 11 bucks of knife you can get. 11 bucks worth of, if you only have $11 worth of knife money, I'm confusing myself. Price low, knife okay. Me happy. No, it's a good price for what you're getting. Now, the very best thing about this knife The very best thing is this. Oh man, oh man. That is smooth, man. Oh, geez. Very smooth. This is running on KVT. It's not speed safe. This is KVT. And it, man, it just rockets out of there. So yeah, that's the best thing about this knife, is the action. So, what's not so good in that case? Alright, so bad stuff. First thing, this carbon fiber here, yeah, it's just like a carbon fiber sticker. It's not real carbon fiber. So that's kind of disappointing, but at this price, what are you expecting? It doesn't look bad. It's very very shiny. These are almost like reflectors on a bike. But yeah. Next, the clip. It's gonna be, you know, for some people, and it's not gonna be for others. Yeah, that much the knife pokes up out of your pocket, and for a knife that's this small, yeah, I can kind of see that being a big deal. It's not the best carry. The knife itself, though, is very light, so you've got that. Next thing, the branding for some people could be obnoxious. It says it on the blade, it says it on the clip. I mean, it is what it is. Next, let's look at the blade here. If it'll focus for us. There we go. So what you can see here is that the edge termination and sharpening choil are, yeah, that's not pretty. That's bad. That's really bad. So, yeah. But again, $20 knife. Next thing. Centering is a little bit off to that side, but it's not rubbing or anything. It locks up solid, and the action is still just, jeez, that's a firecracker. So yeah. And of course, the blade steel, 8CR13. Wah, wah, wah. That could be a downside. But that brings me to my overall conclusions. And you're thinking, wait, that's all that you had to say about that knife? That's all the bad? Well, yeah. In fact, I'm actually going to add some good in that I forgot. Lock bar access. Very nice. You can get to that lock bar very easily for such a small knife. And the flipper tab is shaped kind of well. It grips your finger. Yeah. The action still just blows me away. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, that's all the bad I'm going to say. If this was made by Civivi, and it cost $55 and it had 14C28N or D2 or something, there are some other things I could definitely pick apart. The thing is for between 20 and 25 bucks, I mean, what more do you want? This is excellent. And it brings me to a point that I've made before. That Kershaw makes great knives for people who aren't knife people. I went into a lot of detail about this back when I reviewed the Kershaw Shuffle, so you can check out that video if you want. But, you know, long story short, if you go to Walmart and you go up to the knife counter, there are going to be a lot of Kershaws in there. There's going to be a lot of junk, but the Kershaw knives are going to be okay. They're going to be good. And Kershaw makes knives in that lower, I mean, not everyone who needs a knife is going to go online, look up a Civivi Praxis, and buy it for $42. If they did, that'd be awesome. Heck, if Walmart carried Civivis, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. All these other really low-quality brands would be out of business. The thing is that just doesn't happen. So people going into a store who need a pocket knife, they need a good knife. But, you know, they're not going to find Civivis or things like that there. But Kershaw does take the time to design knives that get into the hands of a lot of people, and they make their knives good. They make good, solid, inexpensive knives. Heck, like I said back in the shuffle video, again, check that one out. But if someone walks into Walmart, they're not a knife person, they just realize that they need a pocket knife. They want a pocket knife. They realize it'll be useful. They go to Walmart and they buy this, they will be perfectly fine. In fact, if you know someone who's, hey, I need a pocket knife just for, walking or, just for everyday carry, sometimes it's better to recommend them something like this before something like this. Even though this is very similarly priced and very, very, very good. Well, let's go with this. Actually, let's go with this. There are a couple of reasons I think some people might prefer this over this. For one, if they're not a knife person, they're not going to appreciate a lot of the finer details. And also, they're not going to want to sharpen D2. D2 is not that easy to sharpen. They want something that they can maintain easily. And something that's stainless, so they don't have to worry about that. There we go. I knock stuff over. I do that every video, it seems. But yeah, I think Kershaw deserves a lot of credit for putting knives in people's hands. These are good quality knives. They are not fancy. Is this going to be the knife that I carry for the rest of my life? No. No. I know that there's better stuff out there. But for someone who's not an enthusiast, this is great. And I'm so glad this stuff is out there. And that's my final conclusion on this knife. So if you liked, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.